Alright, speedrunning error of the build and affixes because nothing has changed with this class. In terms of that, they've never touched our affixes, so this is what we're using for now. Tenacious is to fight against a range. It's really good. Max health is the only counter to true damage. This just makes me more tanky. This stoic pairs well with tenacious. Fervor is just the second best instead of compared to valor. Right? Nothing here changes. For the blue mercenary, again, we can't fit in fervor, so again, it's just Aegis, tenacious, stoic, and valor, just making ourselves really tanky. You can make an argument to put in vitality after the nerf, just so that you have more stamina to play with, but it's not necessary. Nothing in the talent tree changes, and I'll explain why later on. But for now, we're still running fearless because it's still just arguably the best. Even with the extra cooldown, it doesn't make a difference to this class. The 6-second cooldown? 6-second cooldown, cool, right? I still have shield bash, I still have shockwave, I still have impailment, which is the stab. By the time I run all those options, fearless is gonna be back up, so I'm gonna have it again anyway, so not a big deal. Alright, on to the actual nerfs for parry mark, right? Reduce stagger duration on enemies by the perfect block state. So this is like when they get parried, they are no longer stunned as long. The only time where this ever actually comes into play, well, there's a couple scenarios. One is when you land, let's say you're getting hit and you do the exhaust or like the breakaway version of parry block or parry, perfect block or parry, you're no longer able to just land impailment straight up. This doesn't really make a difference because it just means I left click into my headshots. You can still headshot people just by looking up top right and then doing the impailment. Okay. This increase the energy consumption of the perfect block defense or perfect defense talent. So this just means this takes more energy. As a naked merc, this is a kind of a like. Well, that's really cool actually. You're unable to perfect block if you don't have enough energy, and that's a really big thing. But other than that, you still have to make like what? 5. You can still perfect block 5 times if your energy bar is full. So like chill. It's okay. The shield value, this affects the range matchup, but we're already so bad at the range matchup. Against the melee matchup, it doesn't really do anything, in my opinion. Because when you parry somebody and hit them, they are going to break away. And you can chip away at all their resources, such like their dodges, just by impailment, force them to dodge, heal bash, force them to dodge, fearless, force them to dodge, impailment again, force them to dodge. Oh, he's out of dodges. I can beat his ass one more time. Reduce the cooldown reduction effect of the shockwave. Now this one's pretty big. You would think this one is pretty big, but yeah, I land 2 hits. He dodges. I get the shockwave. I land 2 more hits. Or like, whatever, right? About 3 seconds, I'd say, before I can bash him again, right? But, you know, if I just land a fearless into another hit, my shield bash is gonna be back up, and I can be as oppressive. So, in terms of nerfs for the class, the nerfs makes us struggle more into the range matchups, which we're already really bad at, but that's because of the reduced like shield value, right? This like will mess with fighting range because we can't tank as much when we do land a perfect block. But against the melee matchup, this doesn't really do anything. Against Shadow Strix, Withered Knight, mercs that don't have parry block, I am still as oppressive as I am, right? Because what makes the class strong is not these like, this isn't gonna change the class. None of this is gonna change the class. What makes me strong as a parry merc is the fact that I force people to play a different game. When a Shadow Strix hits somebody twice, and you dodge, and he dodges after you, he's most likely gonna land a dodge left click, right? Not against a parry merc, I can still parry him out of it. He's forced to play my game, and that's what makes this class so strong. But if you want to nerf parry merc, you have to nerf the frame data of this character. What do I mean? Right? is that make my startup slower, so that instead of this being a reaction, if my ping is really low, it has to be a read. Or make it such that after I parry, right here, I'm unable to dodge, or you know, it takes some time before I can shield bash. If the frame data of the class remains the same, and I can still do all these funny shenanigans, right? Let me get shockwave back real quick. Like, nothing changes. I can still parry, shockwave, parry. This is still in the game. The only change is that I can no longer do this, and if I ever land breakaway parry, which is super rare, maybe once in like 3 days I might use it and it might hit somebody. Instead of doing hold down left click into left click, I just do left click into hold down left click. That's the only difference there, right? Instead of doing like a parry dodge, because I can no longer get a punish from this, I just parry, hold block, look at them, right? And if they do anything, I shield bash them. I hit him twice. He dodges. I land a shockwave. I hit him 2 more times. Oh wow. Never mind. Let's use fearless to punish the guy. And shockwave is not shockwave, but shield bash is back up. You get the point. Like, this doesn't really change the class in any way. The only nerf to parry Merc is that after every update they pull out, the server somehow gets shittier and it makes it harder for me to parry somebody. Like, that's the only nerf that I see when I play parry Merc. This is nothing. You know what? Give it to the other classes. Purple Merc. Alright, whatever, right? No running. Oh, auto parry. Oh, I'm cooked. What the? He gone.